Back in the Bus podcast, coming to you with another comic book review. Today we've got Blade, issue 1. Big dog. It's a thick one. It's a thick one. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
I went Wesley Snipes variant. You know what I'm saying?
and you're not wrong because the story gives me Wesley Snipes vibes.
Hey, so let's this is starting to we ain't about to talk or belabor the point at all. What would you have said, right? So they're telling you, hey, it's about to be a Blade ongoing, right? And we're gonna let you write the first 5 pages. How would you have dropped this in? What source for Blade would you draw upon for his introduction in the book and within the first 5 pages?
Like I said, not Blade 3. 1 or 2, and I think 2 had the biggest splash scene in it as far as like action, opening, when my dog walked, because you know what this reminded me of? Not when he ran the first movie when he fought old boy. No, when he was hunting the vampire killers, and they walked into the club, and old boy was in the club.
That was the beginning to the first one.
Yeah,
That's what I was getting at. When he walked into the club and he
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Because I think the dude that was in Blade 1 that was about to get messed over, he was now on the show SWAT with Shamar Moore. That is what I would have used because everybody can relate to that damn scene. Everybody remember that scene.
This is giving me 1999. Wesley Snipes walks into the club. All of a sudden, you just see all these fangs popping out. Then all of a sudden, the Daywalker arrives. Bow, bow, bow. Holy water coming out the sprinklers. Everybody burn. That's what I got out of this. This gave me every bit of what I was looking for out of the Blade character in a Blade comic.
So does my dog have UV headlamps in his car?
I think so. I think so. You know he don't come with nothing less. He don't come with nothing less.
Hey, regular humans ain't got to fear the car, fear the headlights. Just get out the way of the car. You a vamp? Night night.
So there's a lady who's kind of hiding while all this is going on, while Blade is clearing the room. He's there for her, but he's shortly interrupted by the remaining vampires in the room after he pulls in with the UV lights on the coupe, and he goes to work. Now it's been a long time since I read a comic book about a martial artist. Well, T'Challa technically, but he just hasn't been looking that way recently. But I don't read a lot of Daredevil, Iron Fist, Elektra. You know, I don't Shang-Chi. I don't really do a lot of those type of comics. So this is like a different type of fighting for me. I'm used to seeing more smashing as opposed to multiple panels of swipes and precision stabs and stuff like this is really dope. This is I like what this is giving.
It's my first time reading the Blade comic book, so I don't know what was going on before. But yeah, I'm feeling this one. Yeah, he did it for me.
Who wrote the last Blade ongoing comic?
I don't know. I heard it was bad. That's what I heard. But
there was the Bloodline thing, but like just a solo Blade comic. Who was right? I don't even know who wrote that.
And then he got a daughter around here somewhere.
Yeah, that was what was in Bloodline. That was the one before this. And I'm kind of glad that maybe they haven't deleted that all the way, but we're not dealing with it here.
Right.
Don't start a story with an appendage. Don't start a story with a crutch or a weakness up front.
I think it's going to get back to some great storytelling in regard to these characters. People have had a lot to say about T'Challa. I like what Eve Ewing is doing as far as building him up, reestablishing his character. It looked like Blade 1, the character was rebuilt. The character is building back up, being put to a status maybe the character never realized in comics, only in the movies and everything like that. But the character got some exposure in the last Avengers run. So he's getting some exposure here. I think if they continue to write him the way that he should be written, and don't be afraid if that's who he is. If you're patterning the character after Wesley Snipes, go all in. Because I'm loving the verbiage. Like, y'all should go somewhere and hide. Like which one of y'all want to be the bad guy tonight? Like,
Right.
that's what that character would have said in the movie. So I'm loving it.
Absolutely. They take off. Apparently, the vampires that he was there fighting were there for her. He's trying to get her to figure out, hey, yo, what's up? Why do they want you? You need to think about this. You know, what's going on? So a week ago, we do a bit of a time jump here as to why Blade is even picking this girl up. Looks like he's getting a tip about her from, he's a Lycan?
I believe so. He's
Okay.
like,
Okay, so he's a Lycan werewolf. He's saying that his elders have seen something and that this girl is important. He's being very vague, which is just it's a lot of red flag to me. You know, when people are purposefully giving you a lack of information, it's usually they setting you up for something.
you know what? And you know what? If you're gonna do that, that's fine. But it's just some people you don't need to set up. It's people you just don't need to do that.
If you're gonna set him up, you should probably set him up with somebody who can make sure he never comes back. And if that person is a vampire, you're right. It's probably just not the best idea to set him up ever.
Right.
Like ever.
He tell him that. He say, hey man,
Yeah.
if I find out you pull some games, I'm gonna come back and kill you.
Oh shoot. So apparently old girl's boyfriend got murked in the house. She ran. She took off. And that's how she ended up in the club. I guess some people told her they were safe there. Obviously they lied.
Old girl's boyfriend come back alive too. He ain't all the way dead.
Yeah, so it's definitely something going on with that. Somebody out here creating zombies, whoever did that. So now it looks like we're at some sort of safe house. They don't specify exactly where. But once again, Blade is digging in. He's a little bit of abrasive. This is another clue to me that we're probably not going to do the whole daughter thing. At least not right now, because he's not acting like a guy who just spent the last several months training his daughter to be a vampire slayer with this girl.
Right.
This seems like single young man Blade who doesn't have time for the BS and just needs to get the answers.
That's it.
Just as he's getting down to the bottom of it, crash through the ceiling light. Fancy safe house. You got a skylight in your safe house? Fancy as hell.
Yeah, but I don't think that's how safe can your safe house be if you got a skylight?
You got a skylight. That's what I'm saying. Why do you have a skylight in your safe house? Seems pretty insecure.
Or storyline convenient.
There is a soldier of some type, touting a big Blade. Looks like he's after the girl. Blade steps in and intervenes, and they engage in battle. The girl begins to glow after Blade is tossed to the side like a rag doll. Coming from the guy speaking a different language. He's drawing near, drawing near, drawing near. He goes to swipe. Blade interferes, kills him. And as that happens, it appears that some sort of power emits out of him and goes to the girl. Because right as he recovers from all of that, she's holding the blade that guy was holding. Turns out, that guy was there hunting a demon, something or another, that is now inhabiting the girl's body. And that person, that guy, wielding that sword, was one of the only people anywhere that could have defeated him, and Blade just killed him.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we just set up Blade's big bad for at least the first arc, and establish that he's the only one that can take care of this issue. Now imagine just going and trying to go pick somebody up. Now you got a whole demon exorcist situation.
Can we talk about the part where Blade thought it was a wrap when he cut her head clean off and she just held it, and then just basically, I guess through shards of glass, that Madal shredded him till Madal just fell on the ground. Then we go to the next page, and damn, did you take your flesh off? Like it was a skin suit. That's what we do. Like that's nasty. That's nasty.
Yeah, that's different. That's different. So extremely powerful, right? And it doesn't seem like she can die by conventional means. So it's just not going to be a just chop her up kind of thing for Blade. Don't worry, Eric. Everything you hate, I hate too. And I'll push them all, Eric. I'll push them all. Is she going after vampires? Is she going after humans? What exactly does Blade hate that they have a mutual interest in? I wonder.
It would have to be vampires. I don't think it's human. It would have to be vampires, but I mean, maybe there's supposed to be some type of, I don't know. You can't kill all the vampires or you'll upset the balance of nature. Some stuff like that. I don't know. But she is the demon mother, so we gonna see. We gonna see.
All right. So the like you said, the being, the demon, whatever this thing is, splits herself from the human shell, from the girl. I wonder why she was so important. Like, why exactly did she need to come out of her? That's weird. Also, the Khmer Rogue Cardamon
Cardamom.
Mountains. Car,
Cardamom.
car, car, Cardamon. The Khmer Rogue Cardamon Mountains. Jesus. In Cambodia. 13 days later, we see your man's Blade hanging from a rope being tortured. I'm assuming that's where the individual who defeated him sent him in wake of his demise, or not his demise, but his downfall. Who is this person that helped him, that cut the guards? My name is Rotha. We have minutes before more will come, who I cannot stop. If I free you, will you promise to help me? Here's Blade, more banter. Help you do what? Do it matter? Do it matter? Stop the Adana from ending all creation. So now we have a name, the Adana. All right. He's thinking about it. Screw it. Let's save the world. I'm assuming she cuts him down and they escape. Why Cambodia? What are your early predicts on what this villain is? And is that going to be an overarching villain, or is this more of a arc one lead up kind of primer villain?
I think he's an overarching villain. Like I believe she's the big bad and everything like that. I think he's going to go through some other minor villains to get back to her. Because he took a major defeat. She bested him, so now he got to get back to her. So I believe he will be the overarching villain. I believe he'll run into some werewolves, some vampires along the line and everything like that. Probably some bad humans, but it definitely gave me a Blade 1, Blade 2 vibe to it. I was definitely feeling it. Like, and that's what I want. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think D-Real says the character used to wear like cowboy boots and everything like that.
Hey, I think I seen Blade for the first time in the Spider-Man cartoon in the 90s. And bro had on like a red ascot and a leather jacket. I'm like, hey yo, who is this guy? Who the hell is this dude?
We go back to it, and I just, first of all, shout out to Wesley Snipes for he played the character the way
Did so much for this character, like completely changed the attitude around it.
Absolutely. So it just, you and I talk about this on air, off air, and everything like that. We're not in the room, and you can tell we're not in the room. If the character can look like me, but if you write the character not like me, we gonna know it. We're like, no. So put people in the room, and let me say it like this: they can't just look like me, because we see that over there. No, they need to be in touch with the people. They need to be able to touch with the people. That way they can relate to the people. If they hang around you more than they hang around the people they're supposed to represent, that's the wrong person you're relying on to write that particular character. I ain't saying, I'm just saying.
Well, I'm gonna leave you with another parting question. Given that we don't really have a long history of prominent Blade stories coming from the comic books, are we potentially looking at the run? Well, no. Well, okay, maybe not for this movie. But are we potentially looking at something that will add to a MCU storyline down the road, given we don't really have a whole lot of Blade canon to go off of outside of Battles of Dracula?
So you're asking me if the executives at Marvel are going to bother to pay attention to what's going on in the comic books?
Well, we know that they're not going to follow the script. We know that. I'm saying in terms of inspiration, right? Because again, we know that they like to take pieces, right? At least overarching themes or titles to try and have some sort of connection back to. Is that what we're priming up here with Hill's run? Maybe some more MCU fodder.
You know, this is me being completely transparent. if all they're going to do is stick a name from the comic book onto the story, I have no. It really, really doesn't. Like, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. I really, really do. I would love to be able to answer the question that you're answering. I can't. I can't, because what's the name of the storyline? The name of this story arc is Demon Mother, right? Okay, well, you could give me a Blade, man, we get Mother of Evil. You could give me a Blade horror movie, put Mother of Evil on it. It is a MCU movie. I'm telling you right now, I'd be skeptical. Damn it, all you got right with the name. Maybe if we get back, you know what? Maybe we need to give Blade back to who was doing the movie before. Maybe we need to give him back to that.
We need to give a bunch of these Marvel characters back to whoever's doing them before. He's so excited to sell stuff. Sell some of these characters.
Right. Yeah. Let me ask you a question. I want to ask you a question. Considering all of the delays we've had with Blade, would you be opposed if they just came out and did an updated version of Blade 1 or 2? Damn the script.
Like remastered it?
No, I mean I'm saying like Marsala Ali still do the movie. I'm just saying like kind of like updated the movie, modernized it.
Oh, you mean basically follow the model of Blade 1 and 2.
Been delaying for so long, so clearly y'all don't know what script you
know. But honestly, I feel like part of the complication that they're facing with that movie is trying to modernize it or Disney-fy it. Because if you look at Wesley Snipes' first 3 installments of Blade, that shit is so far from anything Disney got going on right now. Not just in terms of quality, but in terms of tone. Like, right, I've seen others talk about this, and it's like, oh well, he can't say MF or or ass or shit a million times, and it's like, well, man, it's more than that. There's a grit. There's a fervor. You know what I'm saying? Consequences actually mean stuff in his arena. I think they're having trouble marrying that.
He played Blade as if Blade actually existed in real life.
Yes, in real life. In real life. Like, you was about to walk out your house one time and see somebody swinging a sword, cutting people up, and it was going to be Blade.
Yeah. You're like, he would look at you sound like, are you fucking serious? When they were shooting at him, like, that's it. So, I was thinking, because I want to see Marsala Ali do the role. I believe he could do something great with it. But I'm like, rather than keep trying to figure out what script to use, just update, modernize the first movie or the second movie. We're not gonna give a damn that, okay, that's the same damn movie. We just want to see Blade. And if he
Blade is really simple, man. You get one big vampire, offset by a bunch of little vampires, make Blade cut through the little vampires, big final fight with the big vampire. Blade. That's it. That's it. That's all. That literally, just give me that, and we gonna be good.
Let me tell you how they get it wrong. Did you know there's a new Blade action figure available for pre-order on Hasbro?
I did not.
I'll send you the picture when we get done. The thing is that Classic got the jacket and everything like that. One head sculpt. Now, if you could get one head sculpt with Blade, what type of head sculpt would you want? Facial expression.
Oh, facial. Grimacing, menacing.
They got one head sculpt. I think he's got his shades on with his fangs bare. That's it. I'm like, so no.
Oh, like mouth closed, but his fangs out, like a saber tooth.
Like that's it. That's with the shades on, and I got that. And I'm like, you could have got this right. Everybody was wanting this Blade action figure. Everybody had been wanting, like, man, give us a new Blade. You effed up this Blade just like you effed up the Nick Fury action figure. How? You know what action figure people want. Nobody wants that MCU, that Disney Plus action figure. Nobody. No, they want the spy, bald-headed Nick Fury with the eye patch, with the leather jacket on it and everything. That's what action figure collectors want. You get them to do with a head with a scully on it, don't even come off. Nobody wants that damn thing.
Oh, the hat don't come off of Fury? The MCU Fury?
No. Mind you, it's so many action figure collectors out here like myself that already have a Nick Fury action figure. We still be like, you ain't do nothing to move the needle for me. There's so many of us as far as action figure collectors that we got the old Blade action figure. We're like, you ain't moved the needle for me. I'm not buying it. So but yeah. So it's one of them things where it's like, you can't get it right in the movies and you can't get it right in the action figure. And it really should be a easy, it's like throwing a softball across the plate real slow. That should be easy hit. Easy. But no, I like, to your point, I did like Blade. It did give me the opening scene vibes, the blood scene from the movie. If you're going to open it up.
Oh, true. Well, give us your thoughts on Blade Issue 1 by Bryan Edward Hill. Put it in the comments below. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We will be doing Blade every month, so come back, mess with us again. Theo, appreciate you.
For sure.